Prem Swalo Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. Siddharam, everybody. Siddharam, everybody. Siddharam. Let's all stand as we join in Arati tonight. This is our last session. Tonight we are going to do this course. We also have to do Govardhan Puja. So at the very beginning, we ask permission Maharaj for this fifth night, this last night of this part of our week of worship. As this yagna is coming to a close, may you allow your children tonight to listen to this course, to do puja. It is such a wonderful moment that the Devi Bhagavat is going to be chanted one last time. Vishnu's puja is going to be done in the Govardhan in Shaligram. Tonight is the first day, the first night of the Shravan month, the Shiv month. So many things are happening. And by your grace, Maharaj, you have allowed us to come together. Thank you for that. Sajam cha varti sanyukta Rahina yogitam mayam Deepam grihana devesham Prayukyati vinapaham Jive sarvat Narayani Namastute Om Kali Kali Mahakali Kali ke Papanashini Varnatama Devi Narayani Namastute Narayani Namastute Ambe Pure Ambe Kali Jai Durga Kattari Tere Durga Gave Tere Maiya Hum sab thare tere Thank you. Bhutaganasevitam Kapeta Jambu Palacharabhakshitam Umasudam Shu Kavinashakarakam Namami Vigneshwara Padapangajam Sarvamangalamangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayani Namostute Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vipravandya Lal ki Jai Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai Sit down again everybody. Last night we listened as Jan Vijay from Devi Bhagwan. He is asking, how does somebody prepare to do this yagna? You are talking about using prayer to change your fate, to change your destiny. We spoke about the history of the Patra book, that Lakshmi Mata does not ordain this book, and this is why it is not considered to be a book that we worship. We arti the Gita, we arti the Ramayana, we arti the Mahabharata, but we do not arti the astrological books. There are different kinds. We spoke about the history of the Hanuman Jyotis. We mentioned the Patra, 100 years Patra, birth chart, all these different things. Tools, palmistry, the different marks on the body. What causes a child to be blind? If we live in a world where we are told that each person is made in the image of God, where was God when a child is born deaf, lame, or in some way specially or differently able? Hinduism preaches that because Gargran Prit Manjali is where this is quoted, that depending on your sin in your previous birth, Lord Vishnu gives those marks in this birth upon the body to indicate to the person, listen, you did this, maybe you should atone for it. A couple of examples, we spoke about louse and bleach, we spoke about why people get bald head, we spoke about different things, just to wet your beak a little bit about this karma. Too often we say, well, that's the karma, or too often we make mistakes, but we don't know the ramification for these things. Maybe if we knew that when you like to listen to gossip, for example, in your next life, God will say, okay, you love to use this hairs for that, this in your next life will not work. You'll be hearing impaired. In this life, when you see children, when you see people going through hardships, when they are differently able or disabled in some way, your heart goes out to them. But as a Hindu, a responsible Hindu, it is an eye-opener that karma is real. And when you do bad to other people, the bigger picture, yes, you will have compassion. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Daya Rupaida Samsita. Daya means to have compassion. You have compassion. Compassion is not for people that look and dress like you and I. Compassion isn't, okay, once you're a Hindu, I could have sympathy for you. That's halfway. I don't think that's real. Compassion is anybody who in trouble. Anybody who needs help. That is where the Hindu gets up to do Seva. That is where the Hindu uses the hands to help the Christian, the Muslim, whatever race, whatever gender, they could be what sexuality. There are people in this world that would watch somebody who is gay, transsexual, or otherwise, and say, see me, I can't help you. And I am a Hindu. I am this, I am that, but you don't have God in you. Read your Bhagavad Gita chapter 12. It says, if you want to see a devotee of God, see somebody who doesn't have prejudice. Somebody who does not watch and judge. Because we all believe that within each person is Jiva Atma. A little speck, a dust of God is the same. There is no 10% in the Pandit and 1% in anybody else. The truth is, we put labels. Did we talk about that the first time? We remember what we spoke about? I love Durga Mata, Lakshmi Mata, Saraswati Mata. If my child sings Saraswati Vandana when they're practicing the instrument, I'm very happy. I'm a Hindu. But the same Hindu has a hatred, a fear, a complex towards Kali Mata. But it is that same Durga. You will hear Pandit after Pandit explaining how Ratri discussed how she came into being when she fights Rakta Beach. We spoke about that. The head that she's holding, the guy had prayed, just to remind you, that if his blood drops on the ground, a clone will form, a puppy will form. So she, very tactful in the night when she's dark, she runs through the camp, kills the puppy, and the original guy, she just collects the blood so that no more will come. There are different forms of her. But our people are affected by other people. Our people, our belief, listen carefully to what I say. Our young children are taught what other people, other race, other religion think it is fitting to teach them. Think what I say? Just follow me. You're a Hindu. Be honest. You're Sanatanist or whatever you are. And when you hear Kali temple, when you hear that, as I said, I admitted that when I took this opportunity to sit here, Pandits, my friend Pandit, what they do to catch you to go the way? They pay you well. They catch the Gosine to go and sit on nothing aside in a Kali temple. And truthfully, it was because this lady called me and begged me in COVID to come and read. And Trinidad borders was closed. So when I make up my mind, when the wife gave me permission to travel, I say, if you want to do it, I'm coming. And she said, oh, come. And with that respectful nature, I was glad to come. They had the big prayers and other things already planned for weekend coming. And I said this, I said that if I, the Pandit, want to be proud, to be huge, think what I do. And we don't do it Tuesday, Friday, Saturday or something like that, for everybody's convenience. But you check from Sunday when it was the Dwadasi with Vishnu, when you come into Pradosh on Monday, every day had something. Look today now. Govardhan Puja, Shravan first day. Yesterday was Guru Purnima. The days was very nice. For the people who get to do prayers, for once, let me just say for once, the Pandit had checked with the diary, but he checked with the Patra and give you the best days to do your prayers. Not the convenient days, not the days I had time. Let me do it right. Shivratri comes on that day. Diwali comes on that day. It doesn't necessarily be a convenient day. It doesn't mean now it's not convenient, you're not going to pray, brother. All we have been discussing is when you use the tool of the Devi Yagna, her puja, and you have problems in your life, using the tool of her worship, and you open your heart to receive this lady and this opportunity that God give you. Nobody else anything. Because without God's permission, you would never reach here. You couldn't take it express. Somebody would have left down on the road, for example. Some emergency would have come and you couldn't reach. So when your karma affords you these opportunities, you say, thank you God, and you make full use of it. You know, I wonder if I could sing, and I wonder if somebody would watch me as a bad person, as a poor person. All I have is a flaws where people take all that from your head. Because when sickness comes, I don't study if you're rich or you're poor. When death, all you see what COVID do. When death comes knocking, you don't say, oh, you're rich, I'll spare you. Oh, you have a good job, you have a degree, I'll spare you. That time, every man for himself. And in prayers, truthfully, that is how you have to be. You take the opportunities that you get and you relish it. With that type of attitude, the little prayers, the little things you do will make a big difference. Simple example, we talk about eating prasad. We talk about prasad last time. What is prasad? Just for anybody who missed it, not parasad. Parasad is the West Indian twang. That is the Bhojpuri word. It's a Bhojpuri twist from prasad to parasad. Prasad is defined as anything God touch. Prasad could be cucumber. Prasad could be, yes, the flour recipe, mango. It could be rasgulla. It could be all of those things. It could be fruits. It could be a tomatoes you offer by Durga Mata feet. That is prasad. Prasad is something, mother touch it. And when she touch it and you eat it and you digest it, the nutritional value coupled with the energy of the murti. This is why we do so. Otherwise, if you wasn't making contact with the murti, 40 feet away, I could have you offering prasad. It was it. But I want to make contact with the murti, with metal plate that conduct the electrical energy. And I'm saying, dear God, every time I offer the chandana, the perfume, any part of this tells to bow, make sure and touch, make sure and bow, make sure and touch. Why? To pull the electrical energy. God used 100%. This is the plug. This have all the power. And I'm feeling sick today. I need to pass my exam today. I need some strength. This husband of mine, oh God, I need some divine energy. Please help me, God. How to stay in this marriage, oh God, help me. Do it right. And when you get the energy that you're looking for, you see the change you want. But bow halfway like me. Do it halfway. And you will sit down waiting for God to come. They will sit down, you will say, I went in the temple and I well bowed halfway. And I'm waiting for change. I'm waiting for something to happen. But it happened. Then you will feel very frustrated. And you know who gets the blame? Don't feel you blame yourself. Be honest. Be honest with yourself tonight. The second night we talked about being honest in prayers. People is fast from meat and there is born all the pretty gangly. I'll see if she can make a point tonight. It is born all the pretty gangly. All the boy they're waiting for their mark. And they're fixing up, they're ready for God. But inside your heart, you're dishonest, you're nasty, you stink, it's still there. Last time that tell earlier, there's two birds for a real man. And half of them is be cheating on their wife. And there's one beg for $1, give me strength to continue to lie and to remember when I lie what I say because she was straight up. Because if you was honest, when you sit by that video and sit Durga Mata, you know what I'm really praying before. And I want to stop. I did it, I had the time. Maybe when I was young, I was foolish and I do one. In all fairness, I do it. But I want to stop. And you live by that being one of your bad habits. You know, Kargam coming, see that? Kargam coming. Puja coming, and all you come and see the dance and enjoy it, you relish it. Darshan, when you hear somebody say, Darshanam, Darshanam is one of the form of bhakti. You know, a long time when people used to say, the old heads used to say, your Puva had prayers, somebody had prayers, I'm going to watch the prayers, I'm going to witness the prayers. Them old people had good sense in it. They used to go and rush to get the front seat when it had yell and so on. Why? Because one form of doing prayers is just watching the prayers. The person might not have the strength because her age or stroke to lift the hand to do the puja. But it says that if you get into the habit of watching the puja, watching when they pass over the Ganesh, when the book coming in, for example, when the prayer is going on, you get the blessing of doing the prayers. So let's just say to the girl, all respect, a girl belly spoiled, and you don't want to sit in this area to do Hawan, does that mean she cannot pray? I have a death in the family. I'm waiting for Bandara to come up. Bandara just passed. And I come in here because I love to hear my God, about my God. But I don't want to go and do puja because I feel, we are doing not more yet. Somebody now died. Does that mean I cannot pray? Here's a simple solution. Sit down with a good attitude and watch the prayers. Darshan. I come just to see the Murti 50 feet away. Why do you stand for Arti? To see the Murti better. When they are waving the light, by watching the action of the offering, you get the blessing as if you did it. This is why when prayers is going on, when the Ganesh passes on the street for Utsav time, Navratri time, come out your house and meet them, just bow. You don't have to do anything. Just see. And by using your eyes in this way, by looking and getting that darshan, you're going to get the blessing. This is why we journey to the temple. It may be Pujari's yag, or this one here, or Tanti one, so yag. But by you using the yag, you get blessing. And when you use this little opportunity, you're going to get purified of the sin. We spoke about corrupt karma. Corrupt karma, people banter with karma. But to understand karma, there are different types. Corrupt karma is the karma that God gives you. Based on your past, okay, I will in this life make you able to walk. I will give you the ability to walk. I will give you the ability to have 2 children. I will give you a husband. I will give you a sister, a brother, a mother, and give you the jobs, the roles that you have. Do you think everybody who gets married have an easy time? When you do, that is a blessing. Do you think everybody that gets married gets to have many anniversaries? When you do have many anniversaries, that's a blessing. The opposite is punishment. When you have children that remember your name and look for you in your old age, Pa, you want a glass of water, boy, remember to take it down there. Daddy, you want me to hold up a piece of roti for you? Do it that still one away, fresh one for you. That attitude, that type of mannerism, that don't come just so, that is not love. There are some people that says, I made my children Baba, but not their mind. But last night, night before, when we were listening to Satya Dev Datta does all the sanskar that pray, don't give me anything, give me what I want. So we talked about in the Garbhadan sanskar, there is ways to make children. On certain days when father and mother conceive, boy, girl coming, the athletic politician, religious people, the singer, depending on what you want. There are ways to get that. And when you nurture now the brain and the nerves, 3 months in the belly, 6 months in the belly, 8 months in the belly, when the child is born, you get what you're looking for, rather than play lottery with your baby and you hope to get good. Hope to get good, understand that? Your prayers is paramount to the quality of life you live. So Janvi Jai, this is the great-grandson of Arjuna from the Pandavas. He was asking last time, but my grandfather and them used to do great job. These people do all type of job. He was rich and they do job. Krishna was their friend. He walked in the yagna. But 3 months after the yagna, calamity, they lost everything, they became slaves, they had to walk away from their house, their money, their wife, they'll get raped, discuss all that. Why? After the whole thing, how they did the prayers. They did the puja. They did take the flowers and put it, for example, by the murti, they offer the parasat, but they did it with an attitude. They did it, it had people who do prayers right. As a pundit that go all over and meet all kind of people that have, don't worry, not pundit, the people come in, they come in, they come in, they come in, they come in. Do fast, finish fast. It is as if it is just a statue. This is not work. It don't have nothing there. So how it go, it go. How the person make, if you make it 3 days before. I went to do prayers once, tell me what you think. If somebody asks you, we had prayers Saturday coming, but I have very little help. Genuine question. Could I make the rice Monday before, chatang Tuesday before, the pumpkin name the different recipes, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the prasad I'll make it the Sunday, weekend before. And before everybody reach, and microwave and rebake, recook, cook it back fresh, but the bulk of the work more or less done. What would you see if somebody comes and say, hey, I have a solution to the problem. Let's do it this week. What's the rule? As a Hindu, pay attention to the real question here. As a Hindu, what is the answer? What is your opinion? You're the Hindu, you're the mother. Bhagavad Gita chapter 1. When the women of the home stop teaching, we are in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is not when you see Ravan flying in a car at here, but when the ladies get weak, then you're in trouble. Who would you be without your mother? Without that lady to wring your hands, to hit you too slap when you make a mistake, to train you. Everything from toilet manners, table manners, your mother alone teaches everything. Anybody else had to teach us some of those lessons, it will come across as an insult. But when mommy do it, it's love. That is why mommy is first guru. We talked about guru last time. To remove off that ignorance. The rule, because somebody asked me this thing, the rule when preparing for puja, prasad and the food that is offered in the fire. And this might be contrary to what some people do, forgive me, but the rule is the rule, right is right. 3 hours before it is going to be offered, one pahar. 3 hours before is the time those things that are being offered in the fire, in the baby, or your bog lagawe, you're burning the food to offer to the fire, that is the time frame for it to be created. So there are some instances like wedding when they have sweets day, which is, let's say the wedding is on Sunday, Saturday, Friday, they have Matipur, Thursday sweets day, they make mass amounts of laddu, for example. But that is not going to be offered in the puja. It might be jutta, it might be purchased from people that may not be fasting. People will all like to go to the store, convenience, and buy things. But bear in mind, you with your good self fast and prepare for your puja. The tarya shine with brass ore. It can reflect sunlight. But what you're putting in the tarya, did the person honestly fast the way you fast? For this reason, when people are doing Shraddha, yes, you order the roti by somebody, but maybe for that first part, where you offer many pushras, you make your own little sada roti, just 2, that you could account for, that you could explain, it is clean. So this way, in these examples, what you put to your God, what you put in your prayer is considered sacred. But suppose I went, read your Gita, I talk about that. Suppose I went and I take microwave roti. It's the same roti. Think about the constituent of the roti. It is roti. I take stale food and I cut it back up. It will look good. It might taste good. And I offer that in the prayer. This is an example. You are doing the prayer, the mantra, the quality of the because he just seen food, he just seen prasad, just like how we just see the person. We wouldn't know if you fast properly or not. But God knows. And this is how sometimes when you offer the superior offering, you get what we say separate, you get maximum benefit. You do the same mantra, same kurta, the quantity one. Understand what I'm saying? It looks the same. You dip the prayers, you erect the flag. Everybody get prasad in the mouth. But you offer a substandard offering. Same prayers, you're going to get less blessing. This is what we say sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. It is like a measurement. Very good, mediocre, bad. When you do your prayers with that type of guideline, we talk about offering things that are stolen. From the leaves, to the fruits in the trees, to the market when you go, and all the stiffy people are paying for quarter pound of film, but taking a pound of film, and then the Lord Krishna bring this to Krishna. In different ways, if you really analyze yourself, you could find room to improve. If you get honest with yourself, you'll be able to find room. So Jalmi Jai, last night, if you remember, He says, I know my father was a sinful person. Maharaj Parikshit, who is the listener, the Vyasmuni is talking to Parikshit in Bhagavad Puran, that whole book. Parikshit is trying to purge the sin out of his body. And at the end of 7 days, Parikshit is destroyed, is killed by a snake bite as he was cursed. So John Vijay says, at the beginning of my story, I thought my father was this great man and was perfect. And I looked at the snake as the enemy and I killed so many of them. And I realized that my father did make a mistake. He should not have approached that pundit in that way. For every action, there's a reaction, and he got what he deserved. Today, I went to told and realized I was really wrong. I shouldn't have gotten that angry, that abusive, that malicious. He says, and he wanted to learn about this Devi worship. He says, who did this worship? This is our discourse now tonight. He says, who did it? When you don't know about prayers, follow me. When you don't know about prayers, somebody says, all right, thing was in it, you're sitting in the audience, and somebody calls on you and says, come, offer tarpan in front of Krishna's murti. Baba, I never do that. Me know where to start. Okay, let me go for a little child. Offer arti. Nobody never hold this child to teach what is arti. You will see it sometimes. The child is more anti-clockwise, up and down. Me know what to do. You will see it when parents fail to teach. If the excuse is me know is a simple thing. When you are nobody pediatrician, you just go and find out. When you don't know about children died by Nestor, you just go and find out. When you don't know, agree? So if you don't know, you say, you know what, I have to learn because this child is going to ask me, why do we do this or how to do it? Whether it is you train them, Pujari was talking and we are talking about getting some of these children in whom I mean, and he hear about it and say he want to do it. When temple not so busy, 5 aside and it's parcel competition. Who can make it better parcel? They get their hands, they get them accustomed because you cannot taste it. So you have to practice cooking, so you'll get average. Who can prepare for prayers fastest? And in this way, you get them involved. If you don't show them, if you don't make the time, they're going to learn. But you know is the catch? Parents so busy. We don't have time to go temple, we don't have time to go church, we don't have time to go dar. But one day, everybody have to die. And then immediately, some job shave time go for me never do that in my life. In my case, my father died when I had no turned. I was a child, I didn't know anything. Definitely, in those days, when you're going to offer tarpan, you had to walk with cutlass, a piece of burning wood. They're telling you strange thing like if they turn around something will happen. It's 12 years old, you want to go and do that after somebody tells you that. You have to go down in the back behind your house, hiding, and you're going to do this offering. And if you see something creep up on you, start to say first quick. Why are you going to do that? No, with better understanding, we know it's like Krishna revealing. Somebody could bring a piece of push grass into the ceremony. Thank you. When you know what this push grass represents, for example, where it comes from, Hindu people will not free their religion. Hindu people are some strange people. I like this part of the religion and I hate this part. But you know who vilified the religion? The colonizers. They teach you in the act of converting. You see that is devolution. You see Kalimai, the lady who teach the Hindu to stand and fight for what is right. Don't fight the colonizer. She is bad. You see the docile one, Vishnu, Lakshmi Mata, she don't have a class in she and say, but pretty she real good. Think what you're saying. Saraswati, no cutlass. Listen to she, pray to she, worship she will give you wisdom. But Kali is not good. In the first time I told her that my own aunt, my father's sister was stay by when I come up here. She always, no matter what I read in the Bible, no matter how much time I explain this, She will never understand Navratri. I don't know if you are the same. Navratri is 9 days, 9 form of Durga. Lakshmi have no class in she hand, who she fighting? And she will still come and say, son, what is Durga again? And what is Saraswati again? And what is Lakshmi again? And it just shows how people pull wool over our own people eye. Because if it's 3 night Lakshmi, 3 night Durga, 3 night Saraswati, where does Kali Mata fit? And she did it, and she's an integral part of the war. It's in the same book. But when people want to, I want to say the word persuade, but I really mean change, confuse, vilify. Then in your own religion, you like peace. I like this part. But I don't like this part. Do you see that in Muslim or Christian? Think about what I say. You have faith in something. You don't know about it. I understand. I don't know. I want to know, or I'm willing to know. It don't mean you hate your own religion or scorn your own religion. Then you have a little growing to do. And this is why our Yagna came about. To provide insy-binsy little bits of information. Nothing too technical. You might have felt as the nights progressed that it was a lot hitting you. 1 or 2 people said that. A lot of information, a lot of things I didn't know. For example, last time when I was closing, I asked, why do we fast from salt? We were talking about a few things last night. Anybody will give an answer? The spokesman is Uncle Razin.
I'll probably comment after you.
Alright. Salt is not meat. Why do you fast from salt? I understand meat has proteins and has chemical byproducts that create things in the liver that we're trying to get rid of in our body. Alcohol goes to form in the same way, chemicals in the liver that we're trying to purge ourselves. In Vishnu Puran it says, if you eat birds, you are supposed to fast for 3 weeks. Anything that have wing, anything that have horn, you're honestly supposed to fast for 5 months. If you eat pork or any pork byproduct, you're supposed to fast for 7 months. And it goes like that, long period of time. If I happen to eat anything that has, which is wrong, but it happened to have a beef byproduct, cow byproduct, you say, no eat beef. We are saying, you ever check the snacks the children is eating? When you hear about gelatin, that is called bone. So how could you be the Hindu and you let's roast marshmallows? Real Hindu. Hindu, we Hindu. We Hindu. The snacks, as a responsible Hindu, do you check the snacks that your children eat? When snacks that you have pig skin and cow skin extract, bone extract. Understand what they do? They chop up the bone, they boil the bone, the marrow of the bone goes into the snacks and yum, yum, yum. So don't say we don't eat it. When you eat beef and you want to have prayers like this, the correct thing is to fast for 1 year to get that out of your body. So Baba, where the 21 days come from? The 21 days is a Kali Yuga adaptation to something that is considered milk. For those elder here that know about milking and making milk and making ghee and thing home, how long when the bacha born before mother's milk, cow milk, heifer milk was considered clean? How much days we say? 21 days. So the human man-made rule, if mother could come clean in 21 days, well, boy, I will get clean too. That is where 21 days came from. It is a shortcut. And that shortcut is being hard to bear sometimes for some people. But if we do, like some people have Bhagavad, when they have different type of years, different things to fix. This is the type of fasting that is recommended in our text. But this type of unclean brought about by the chemicals in your body, salt does not do that. So why do you fast from salt? In Matsya Puran, in the first part, the history of Parvati and Shiva is being discussed. And they went to, I forget the name of the grove, forgive my summarizing. And while Parvati is walking, she saw a beautiful tree. Under the tree there was this girl, and she adopted the girl as her daughter. Ashok Sundaris, I mean. In some pictures, you will see them holding a girl child. This is that daughter. So fast forward, the daughter is there on Kailash Parbat. And the day came when they were going to cut off Ganesh Baba's head. That argument is happening. Devi on this side, Shiv Baba on that side, Ganesh is lying lifeless on the ground. Ashok Sundari is on the side of Chandikali, hiding by a container of soap. Because she saw her mother go from that two-handed calm Parvati Mata. Parvati Mata is the ultimate mother, but because of Sati Devi, now you have to know your Hindu to walk with me, you have to be jumping from discourse to discourse. Sati Devi committing suicide. I have had godchildren tell me, well, Baba, if Durga Mata could jump in the fire and kill, she said, we could do it. Alright, do it. Sati Devi comes back as Parvati Mata, and because of that mystique, Parvati is never allowed to have children. That form has many discourses where she's grieving for children. But she could never house one in her belly. Go back in your discourse. Did she hold Ganesh in her womb? Did she hold Kartik in her womb? There are different forms. Shashta, the planet Mars, when Shiv Baba is crying for Sati Devi and a teardrop fall, that Mangal is the son of Shiva. And he is very ferocious. Find out if somebody is Mangalic or they have Mangal Dosh, and you will see the level of stupid behavior that is happening. They will never see eye to eye with the father. That person's father will die because of the time they were born. That bad relationship between son and father comes from Mangala and his father. When Mother Earth, the planet Earth, is close to Mars because of this moment, when Mother Earth heard this child bawling as his teardrop fell on the earth, the baby come. And she said, Shiv Baba, this is your son. He said, I don't want nothing to do with that child. I give up that child, you keep it. So Mangal Devta grows, according to Shivran, that he grows with that kind of animosity to his father. And when somebody has Mangalic or Mangal Dosh spoken, that father lifespan is in trouble. This is why we check Patra before you see children. This is one example. This Ashok Sundari is one of the children that Parvati Mata accepts as, let's say, foster child. And they love her, they love her, they love her. But this day now, when she goes from 2-hand Parvati to the 12-hand Chandika, she was ready. Sometimes people watch the Devi and they think, oh, she's docile, she stands next to Lord Shiva or Shri Ram, so quiet and calm. Just as we heard about why we blow the sun, remember that discourse with Sudama? When Sudama gets the shrap from Radha, because he thinks Radha is this sweet-looking, sweet, nice-looking form. With that temper, she says, you go and become the demon. Shankachur, the husband of what will be the Tulsi plant. From his bones comes the Shank. And from that day, people blow the sun because of the blessing of Lord Vishnu, that it runs away hard, long story short. Chandika Devi was ready to beat Shiva, merciless. She threatened him, I will destroy you. Why did you touch my son? I worked hard for my children. I made this child from mud. I cannot have a child. And the little child that I have, you want to kill it now? You make it? If you read that discourse, it's not so nice as some publicists make it out. She really went into it. And she was ready to fight. And she had no choice. She had the back pedal quick. And we heard about the sins of the father falling on the child. That incident, if Shiva is Shiva and he is all-knowing God, he didn't know that innocent child was his son. But we heard about the part where he dropped the Trishul on the chest of Sir Giant Swami in a previous year with Sumali and Mali. And he got the curse that one day you'll get so angry, that same Trishul, just as how it robbed that money is son, you are going to rob yourself of the son. You will feel this pain, you'll cry in anguish, your son will drop lifeless in front of you, and you'll be helpless to stop, to do anything. So it had to happen. Chandika Devi is about to fight, and Ashok Sundari, seeing this thing happen, she gets so frightened. Listen to the word, frightened. So she hides behind the sword. Durga Mata, Peter Pain for Paul, turns and she says, "You are afraid of me? Go and live in that sword." I put a strap on you. If you're so afraid of me, live in the sword. And she continued to quarrel with Shiva. That is happening in the house sometimes. Husband and wife going after that, and child happened to ask a question. Shut up. Alright, so it happened. When Ganesh gets back in heaven, what is the best fruit to offer the Ganapati Baba? Gova. Always, if you get the chance, the flowers, the leaf, the fruit, is what Parvati Mata will offer him to coax him, to calm him down. So it had 2-3 episodes like that, like when they gave him the bluegrass, when he got sick. She always would feed him guava. So she went to feed him guava. And Lord Shiva comes by the daughter to say, "Babe, you see where Mother just said, it will come to pass. You will become the essence, the soul of the soul." If you ever go to Patel Brothers or your Indian store, and there's a seasoning called Kitchen Queen, it is a general masala type main ingredient in most recipes. The Kitchen Queen really refers to the daughter of Shiva. He says further, "I bless you. Go and live in this home. Because of your fright, you get this form. The person," remember karma dictates our puja, "the person who gives up the soul food," and fasted up, gives up the soul food, the karma, the blessing, what you are afraid of, you will be able to overcome it. Let me explain. Afraid, I fail the exam. Fast day, offer your dar, fast from soul, offer the dar, and you will be able to pass the exam. I have health problems, afraid of death, afraid the surgery, afraid the interview go wrong. Fast. How you give in praise is so you get in life. Here we go again. Why do you share soul food? You offer sweet food, separate food. No salt on the baby. Or that is our method. But we always make sure and share soul food. Why? Because when you give that nutritional content, the sodium, the salt, again, the Ashok Sundari, the fear, and we talk about when you give water in charity, the person who have diabetic problems, how you give, so you get, when you give water in charity, the diabetes that out of control come under control. That is when you are doing Arham, which is a form of Varun Puja. Likewise now, we taking the world make Shatan. Everybody loves Shatan. Please, you who come as the guest, you're hungry, you're tired, please eat something. Watch the attitude in which I give the temple. That's the color for us. Please eat something. Please carry something. You have extra. Carry. With that attitude, the fear you have, you overcome it. Afraid my child will get married. Whatever the fear is, what you pray for, that is what you're going to get. Where do you use salt again? Do you put salt in your cedar? Someone, Rajin, do you put salt in your cedar when your Baba comes? No? Garupuran in chapter 4 tells you what to put in cedar. For example, we get this wrong. Remember last night I said I'll explain some of this for you. Not because I'm a pundit, I want this, but this is what we give to get the blessing. Please understand. Plenty pundit was afraid to touch this because, you know, you're saying, we're giving that telling you what to give them, but I want you to understand what I'm saying. When you give your cedar, Rajin, you give dal, be honest with me. Normally, you dal,
I really don't give cedar, you know, so.
But that's a different story.
Well,
But if
I don't
let me
give-
just say, mother, play along with it. If your mother had given a cedar, a common thing, it's done, agree?
yes.
But it's wrong. Totally wrong. If a cedar is a gift that when I give, I expect some return, blessings. And that's what we say, I'm giving charity to get blessings. If it's a student to pass, a married couple to get another anniversary, your birthday, God bless me more in some way or the other. But dal cannot grow. Why do you put the coconut in the fire? The potential energy inside the coconut, the potential of this plant, the seed to grow into a tree, dear mother, the energy inside, please accept it, swaha. And give me back now one day the energy, the shakti, when I need help, when I need money, when I need family time. Whatever the energy you have to convert, shakti, in whichever form it have to take to help me. This is an investment, swaha. So now when you see that, give things that have the ability to grow. Red bean, black eye bean, etc. When we say corn, the paddy they use, it have value. Why would they use the paddy when they bujeni lava poor? Because what you are saying is this seed has the ability to sprout. This boy and this girl come together, bless them to be fertile. Bless them to sprout. We don't want no delay. We don't want anything to block them from having children. And the poor, the father, sister is chanting, I make children. We bless them to make children too. We offer in this swaha. Take it and give them what they want, boy, girl, etc. You do it. But when you give things that have no value, you're giving the charity. Understand what I'm saying? You're giving the charity. But you're not going to get the reward you're looking for. Imagine the first night in the jug, everybody jump on me because I read that you cannot share bygone, pumpkin, and what again? Big bad talk the onion. But you put in onion in your cedar. You put in things that have no value. You would not charhawi, curry, anchar masala, pepper. Would you put pepper, raw pepper, in your cedar? No, but that's not appropriate. So what is masala? It's a heated, type of thing like that, if you're going to call it seasoning. So what you're supposed to do, consider this. Like, let me use myself as an example. When my Baba come home, in the same cedar, I would put things that will yield the reward that I'm looking for. Buddhist prayers for a reason. So a little packeria being this, that, and the other, greens, odd number. 1 is fine. 3 is fine. 5 is fine, depending on what your pocket could hold. Do you know why you give a pound of the bean? So I tell help me. Any bean. Why do we give a pound? This nice big rosy bag. Because that is what it have. That is what the grocery have. But if, let me just say, take a little purse and parcel and you tie this amount. Sometimes when you're going to Pujas, you see the seal up different grains, right? In little pouches. Nothing wrong. It's not the quantity. No way it says you have to give a nip of flour or 25 pound pack of flour or 200 pounds of sugar or whatever. No. It's the quality of the gift. A cedar could, honestly, I go into prayers and this is the total size of a cedar. Meaning, you get the little pouches of grain, you put things like salt. Why salt? Where Quran says that when the person who has died, or you are going to die one day, sinful people see Yagnas and they panic. And I'm summarizing this part, but it is a lot of licks, a lot of bad treatment for sinful souls. When you cannot answer, I gave you a wife. Were you honest in your marriage? And because now you have to explain for every sin, every infraction you do, you have to answer for it. When you are aware that I have made mistakes in my life, and I don't want to be treated like that, I don't want to be fearful. No, I'm talking about fear. Fearful when I die. I don't want the day my life had to come out my body, panicking. Like Dashrath and Raman, because he's seeing dead people, things coming, things touching him, sinful people, get that type of thing. I don't want to be filled with fear. In fact, let me be so comfortable. Ram, if you're coming from it, they come. Otherwise, give me the strength to go tomorrow. I am ready. Let me remember my mantra. Let me remember the murti. Maybe I have a stroke. Maybe I have a coma and I can't talk. But in my mind, mana spread. Let me have the ability calmly to say Vishnu. And then let me dream come up. Put salt in the sea. Fear will not do. That is why that do. Understand, salt is not fresh, it is not unclean, it's different. And the last place that you use salt, please remember what I said. Sometimes people get so afraid of this thing called black magic, obia, tantric worship, where enemies are doing things against you. It is wrong for me as a pundit to not talk about it. Our children are listening. And when pundits sit, and what do they do? Hanuman, good, Durga, good, Saraswati, good, Lakshmi, good, Krishna, good, very good. True. Don't talk about what also exists as bad. Don't mention it. So when now, fast forward, the little girl, the little boy grow up, and something bad happens. They see chicken parts by their doorway. They see lines, stones, they're getting different marks on their body. Different parts of their body strangely starts to rotten. Because it happened, and somebody says, listen, somebody do something. Local roads, right? Somebody harm me. You know what usually people say? I don't believe in that. I never hear my pundit never talk about that. That's not our belief. The truth is, you don't know about it. There's a difference. It doesn't mean it will exist. It means that the teacher has ill prepared you. I only taught you half the subject. But I didn't tell you, when you are chanting Hanuman Chalisa, you are chanting that for protection because there is something to be protected from. It have things that roam in the night that could touch you. It really, Brahma made them to punish people. They come in the night to take your energy. When people talk about sleep paralysis and all these different things, it is real, it happens, it is there now. So I put mantra, I give my children diksha, I do things to protect this body. This is why, Chandan, for example, you came to prayers and you want to close the gates in your body so that while you're sitting here, nothing must interfere with you or perturb your body. So that you can take in the darshan of the mother, the discourse, and go home safely and sanctified. In different ways you do it. You wear your gem on your hand, you wear your mauli on your hand, you wear your tummy around your neck, you do things, you pray, you bow to your murti, you unto yourself with the fire over your body to remove, sit down, to remove fire, unclean from your body. In different ways you do it. It's just maybe you don't understand what you do. Principle Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. Know what is every time? Janvi Jai is asking who did this? Did it work for them? And what did they get? Listen to this carefully. What did they get? People tell you, hey, we have Kardam, we have big puja. But that's good. But what that's going to do for me? My daughter beating me in the night. That really. People get bad treated every day. And we laugh at it until it reaches home. And maybe not tell me, that murti will help me? Is that murti going to come and slap down that little girl every time she take up something to beat me? Because children are beating their parents, and that's real. When you have that nice little child and playing and gurgling and you trying your best, oh Babs, we don't beat them. We talk to them. And we try our best to inspire them to do the right thing, and one day they turn on you. Because they don't know limits. Remember, Hinduism says the Guru, the first Guru is mother and father. And Guru does not translate into friend. their appearance today that would like to be friends. I have no problem being friendly when you do good, but when you cross the line, Durga, for example, she is the same one who tells Vashish, when you do good, the devotion God, I will reward you some, but when you do bad, I will punish you. Durga does not hold back. If you have trouble in your life, who sent? The devil? Hinduism does not have a devil. It has, for example, one example, Shashti. Shashti is the daughter-in-law of Lord Shiva, married to Kartik. If she is happy with you, the child will be born without autism, grow well, manners. Who teach that child to sing? Look at it, look at the organ. Look at that inherent ability to fix the computer, the DVD, and they can program every iPhone. Who give you that knowledge? Very good. When she's not happy with the family, still with miscarriage, autistic, and the child does not pick up the book, the child does not have the mannerism, no matter how old, to learn or ambition to grow or to do better. Your father was so ambitious, but you're lazy. Why? So when you do good, you get reward. When you do bad, you get punished. Please be clear on that. In this life, God gives you children. You are responsible for those children. One day you have to answer, I gave you 3 of them. What did you do? This is what I saw in Nasi that might help some people. Because my focus was just go to work, make money, and never teach them. I never talk to them. I never told them what is right and what is wrong. Just right and wrong. That's what I'm talking about. Right and wrong. I never took the time. God gave you 24 hours in a day, but I never took the time to teach my children what I as father expect from you. Figure it out. Google it. Let the friend teacher penetrate your head and pick up with all type of nasty habits. Then come and tell the family, Baba, you make a church, we make the money. Principle of Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. Lord Vishnu is the person who does the Devi Yagna. The first night when we heard Brahma didn't know what to create, they go close in Manidweep to Devi Mata and she tells them what to do. She creates Lakshmi, Saraswati, Kali Mata and she warns them. Accept them. Accept them as your spouse, but never disrespect them. Never cross their way. Think about your Lord Shiva. You like, everybody here like a bad talk, Kali temple. Kali temple. This and that. You do that. I do that. What does Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu and Brahma do? Lord Brahma, one time Saraswati could not come fast enough to get to the prayers. You know, there's a rule, husband and wife are supposed to sit for prayers together. If that wife cannot sit there, prayers the husband cannot do on his own. For this reason, there's a discourse, I cannot remember the name of the Ramayana, that Hanuman has to get married in order to learn certain prayers. So Varchal Swami is a form of Hanuman, where he accepted a wife, he didn't live, he didn't have relations, but he got married to get the mantra, to learn totally everything. Because their prayers brahmachari could learn, and their prayers only married people could learn. There are rules. In this now, when the Devi says, protect them, respect them, I have yet to see a discourse where Lord Shiva get up and slap Kali Mata or disrespect them. When he was going to get licks himself, when Ganesh Baba had get cut off, when he was going, he was in trouble when she was running, she was out of control in the picture where he lies down and she puts her foot on his chest. He takes it. When Lakshmi Mata gets vexed with Lord Vishnu, and I'm saying vexed to summarize, to get vexed with Lord Vishnu, she goes in the form of the horse, she leaves him totally. If you watch Panchmukh Hanuman, and there's a form where he has a horse head, Hayagriv Sumami, Lakshmi Mata abandoned him. When they leave the presence of the goddess, they start to see the energy of the universe taking shape. Planets start to form, Earth starts to form, and the Akash Vani is guiding. Call this place that we call Earth Medhani, because it is made from the marrow of the two bones of Madhu and Kaita, their leg bones. This earth is called Dhara because it supports everybody. Madhu Dhara, Vasudhara, the supporter. It is called Prithvi because it is so great. It has different dry areas, green areas, desert areas, etc. It is called Mahi, not Maha. Mahi, the female, because the earth is referred to as a female because she's great, because she supports all forms of life, not some. O king, where does the earth sit? It sits on the hood of Anand, Sheshnan, where Lord Vishnu is lying. And the planet is suspended on his dark head. For this reason, before that telescope, Hindus believe that the darkness we see in the sky is where the planet is spinning on the head of this circle. Lord Vishnu is lying close. Lord Vishnu now instructs as all the Saptarishi, the mind-born sons of Lord Brahma, starting to create the different animals. They're watching. And when they had reached to a point where life, human life, animal life, aquatic life, etc., is now ruling the earth, different classes of Jeev. In Hindu, we call Jeev, but you are born in one of four ways. Andaja are those types of beings that come from egg. Swetaja, those beings that come from the mixing of the different sweat. They would say sweat, but they mean fluid, like frogs and so on. Udaja, plants. Jaya Yuj is an example of the sexual conception or sexual reproduction that we have. The born of the sweat is an example of asexual reproduction for children, where there is no male and female, just male alone, or female alone as the case might be. From this now, these different forms of birth endowed with their auspicious, inauspicious karma came upon the earth. And when life was ruling and time was spinning, Lord Vishnu remembers the Devi they saw on that island where there were so many Devis that guided them to Lakshmi, Saraswati, Kali Mata respectively. She told them, go and create your respective home, loks. Vaikunth for Lord Vishnu, for example. And in looking around him on Sheshnath, he remembers when they did not know what to do. And he sat down and he prayed to her that, dear mother, now everything you wish was fulfilled. Look, the creation is running. I am in my substantial post, and I do what you see. May you please continue to bless me to do my job, good for good. And from the Akash Vani, she replied to him, O Vishnu, may you, because of this prayer you have uttered, may you become supreme amongst all devatas. May you be the chief guest of all yagya or puja. You can have what type of Jandi, Yagya, do what you want, but you cannot do that prayers without that shaligram. The shaligram is what consecrates the Panch Amrit into Charan Amrit. Do you remember what Charan Amrit is? Last time we talked about it. Charan is the foot, from the ankle to the toe. So when you wash with black stone, it is as if you wash the feet of God, and now you've collected that water to drink. May you be the hero in our stories. When, and she says, Yada Yada Hidharmasya, whenever there's a decay or a decline in dharma, you will incarnate to preserve that dharma. She is the first person to chant that verse. It is echoed in Matsya Puran, where he comes as the Vaman, and then the dwarf, and then in Gita as Krishna. That he will come again and again. Of the Devas, think about what I'm saying. Everything happens for a reason. How come Lord Shiva is not the main character in the story? How come Indra, anybody that does Agni Puja, people who do the Havan, Vedic rites, etc., they believe that the true form of God is the fire. How come the Raman's central figure isn't this individual? And after the entire thing, and he bows to her, she says that every other form will support you, but you will be the leader, you will be the head of the forces of good. Prem se Bolo Shri Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai. In the last part of this chapter, Janvi Jai had never heard this. He never understood why Lord Vishnu, Sri Ram, Krishna Bhagwan, is the main character, but Lord Shiva takes Hanuman form, he takes different form to support. When Krishna has to leave the earth, it is Shiva who incarnates as the son of Krishna, Samba, that causes the Yadu dynasty to die. Lord Shiva is always helping, but never main character. There is a form, one of the sons of Lord Shiva comes where Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu had to merge in one murti. And they have a son called Shashta. Shashta is a form of Lord Shiva as well, a son of Lord Shiva as well. But divine birth, not natural through a woman's passage. Tonight, Vyas Muni, we celebrated his birthday yesterday. Vyas Muni says, if the individual, if the bhakt of Devi should only listen to the Mahima of this Devi Bhagavad, listening to the direction, to listen to the story of Vishnu, understand that you are Vishnu himself, you become Vishnu in the story. That you're lost one day, you find your way by listening to good conversation, good advice. This is what we've been doing these nights. And what did Lord Vishnu do? He got up and he himself did the worship. You don't have time to think, I'm too rich, I'm too good. One person told me in prayer, Pandit, I'm so rich, what I prayed for. What I do in prayer for, I have everything. If you only pray for money, yes, I have. But for anybody that had money and then get COVID, and then lost somebody to COVID, do what you want to do that time. When your children are not remembering you, Christmas, birthday, my God, you can take them, but it won't make you happy. For this reason, there are different things that matter in this life. This is why we have 8 forms of Lakshmi. Lakshmi is not only money. Lakshmi is the peace in your marriage, the ability to sleep at night. Or every time you have cripple, you buy it. Oh, that kind of fear. Vira Lakshmi is literally saying, Mother, give me the fortune of being comfortable, being safe. For somebody who got robbed or mugged, then you would understand the panic attack. The fear you live with. You can have money, but if you're living in fear, you're not living. People who have these type of syndromes, they do wish, man, they ask God, please bless me to one day get away from childhood asthma. I wish my child could be normal. But every time a fireworks went off for 4th of July, my child had a panic attack and I can't bear to see that child breathe like that. Money doesn't help anything. So, be guided about your prayer. Don't think that I have everything. What Vishnu could have said, I have this big position in the universe, I don't need anything. But remember, every time Krishna, every time Ram comes upon you, he has to ask the lady, you'll come with me? If you come with me, Devi, Durga, and Krishna, this was in Mahabharata, he says, if you come with me, I'll propagate your worship. In this time of Kali Yuga, when people need your mercy the most, oh Mother, I will show people to do your worship. So, when the child jumps up and they, oh, you fool cunts, they identify her as Durga. But when they are on the battlefield, in the Bhagavad Gita part of the Mahabharata, their lines are drawn, the two sides are ready. Yudhishthira firstly says, oh God, I lost my brother. Lord, am I fighting for land? I reach on this battlefield. Oh God, am I encouraging my whole side to fight cousin for land? Wrong. This is before Bhagavad Gita. Durga Mata in her full form red sari, 1 foot hanging off the lion, says, I am with you, you are not wrong, you are doing correct. Do not study them. You are doing correct. Get up and fight. Disappears. Yudhishthira breathe different. He feels good. And then Arjun gets frightened. Then Arjun starts Bhagavad Gita as Vindravan Bihadlalaki. At this point, we're going to do, I don't know if anybody prepared to do the Govardhan Puja. We started to do it at the Shaligram. If you want to come now and make the offering, Pujaris here to guide us, we're going to do Govardhan Park. Go on this side, and we have Karamacharya with us tonight, Vijay Baba. Please give us a few words, and if you want to sing as we celebrate Mother, as offerings are going to be done. Nice to see you. I would also like to acknowledge my Gosine Baba with me tonight, Mrs. Gosine, Sitaram. Okay, so everybody, if there's anybody that would like, if you don't have anything, that's fine. They have fruits, they have leaves, they have flowers. Just come and take the opportunity. Today is the first day of Shravan. Shravan is the month of Lord Shiva. Make use of it. It is just come and touch the mountain.
Prem Solo Vyas Maharaj ki. Let's do it one more time. Prem Solo Vyas Maharaj ki. Please bow your heads in prayer. Om Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu. Everyone, Matri. Matri Rupe Nasamsrita. Namastasya. 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 Namo Namaha. Respected Pujaji, Jureno, Mataji, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, fellow Pujaris. My dear brother here is from the town where my parents were born, in Trinidad, Naji Road, Princesstown, Hindustan, in Trinidad. And indeed, we are blessed to be sitting down in an ashram of Devi Ma, where Pujari Leno and family continues to share knowledge, to be a medium to bring forth knowledge. Not only knowledge of Devi Ma, all forms of knowledge. Today, my dear friends, it brings a close 5 nights. 5 nights of Yagna. But if you came every night and said the music was beautiful, the clothing that you wore was exquisite, the Pandaji shaved every day, Pujari looked nice every day, that's great, you observed. But what did you actually take home after tonight? Beyond the prasadam, beyond the 7 curry, beyond the handshakes, the laughs, and the photos for selfies, what did you take home? If we are not becoming more like Sri Krishna, if we are not becoming more like Sri Vishnu, if we are not becoming more of the various forms that Guruji talked about when we just visited the mandir and enjoyed the ambience. Pujaji, you continue to bring knowledge in this community. You continue to be a beacon of light. This ashram, this home of Amma. I encourage all of you, young, old, middle-aged, please take the knowledge. It's coming directly to you. He's on Facebook. We know that. And YouTube, and it's wonderful. But there's something about energy when he's sitting in front of you. And he's one of those, you bring it like it is. Say it like it is. I've had the honor of meeting him in Trinidad. And before the Ashram finished, I had to be here tonight in 5 minutes just to give my pranam to you, Guruji. And as we climax to this weekend, a grand celebration is happening. I know every night you came, you left something outside. One bad habit, one something this, and you're becoming more polished and more shine. That come tomorrow, when you come to Mandir, when you come to this ashram and you look at Amma, Ma, now I am ready to do your puja. My dear friends, I can only ask you to do that. I can only ask you to be everything in life, but mainly be kind to, firstly, each other, and then to devotees. Praise the Lord, Mahashakti Mata Ki Jai.
प्रेम से आदि शक्ति माता की जय। Want to share my a little bit, and then when we finish doing Puja again, we'll do one to sunset, whatever gifts like to share, and then we'll do Ashivata.
Jai Sitaram, Namaste, Pranam, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, and of course, our honored Guruji, Vyasji, Gosine with us here tonight. For those of you who came in a little later, and if you were here the previous nights, you know how lost we get, how involved we get, how carried away we get with the discourse that has been going on for the past 4 nights. And tonight, it's sort of bittersweet, you know, when you keep going every night and you're looking forward to go again and realizing it's coming to an end, you're like, we'll be lost for a few days, but thank God, we'll be having our Karma Puja starting tomorrow night, Saturday and Sunday. But to be continued, our Vyasji is going to be with us here at the end of the month, 28th, 29th, and 30th. So our thirst will be quenched a little bit more coming to the end of the month. So we'll be looking forward to see all of you again. And again, before I hand you over to the Kirtan group, I want to welcome all of you on behalf of Pachari Leno, Shari, Darshini, and the rest of the family. We are so happy to have all of you here and to be hosting and to be a part of all of you here. We have with us our own Pachari Om. I'm going to ask you to make your contribution by way of a song, and then we're going to have Raj and Brother Ray, and after...
Amit's father.
Oh, Amit's father, very nice. We're definitely going to have you. So after Om, we're going to have Amit's father, then Raj. Okay? Okay, before I hand over to Mike, it was wonderful to hear from Acharyaji, Acharyaji, my correction, but there's a request for you to make a contribution in way of a song. So as we go along, we'll be doing that also.
ॐ कालकिलाय विद्महे कालदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात् तन्नो रुद्र नमो कालरूपाय भक्तभैरवाय नमो रुद्राय नमः शिवाय धम 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 स्वाहा नमो कालरूपाय भक्तभैरवाय नमो रुद्राय नमः शिवाय धम 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 स्वाहा धम 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 स्वाहा त्रिलोचनाय धर्मङ्गलाय नित्याय सुधाय दिगम्बराय तस्मैकारा ॐ धम 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 स्वाहा जय शिव शंकर नमामि शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो दम 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 बजाए
After we go tomorrow to bring the Gange Ma for a Karma Puja, we serenade her.
Thank you very much, Charity. The energy you and the vibrations that you have encouraged and invited here, and the pace is already being set by our Yazjis, and you just delivered it. Thank you very much. We hope to see you a little bit more often here. Thank you very much. At this time, before I go to Raj, I'm going to ask Rajin. I get the name now, so I can call you by name. Please make your contribution by way of a generous song.
While she's setting up, remember Govardhan Puja is done. Coming from the Bhagavad discourse with Krishna lifting the hill. Govardhan started off not in Bhagavad. Pujari asked me to just mention this. Govardhan starts at the hands of Hanuman. For those of you that have forgotten, just remind you, they're building the bridge. So all the monkeys, everybody, the banner, the big and small stones, rocks, etc. Hanuman goes for the biggest piece, goes for a whole mountain, a whole hill, goes to him, flying, bullet speed. But whilst in motion now, Nal and Neel gave word, the bridge finished. What to do with him? So he's going to rest it right where he reaches, going to put it down slowly. The hill, the energy, the soul that is attached to that hill that was given this way. He says, Hanuman Baba, I was about to be a Seva. I was about to be a servant. I was going to serve Sri Ram. I was going to let him walk on my back. I was going to get that darshan. If you put me here, you are robbing me. And you're committing sin because your act is blocking me from getting my blessing. Don't do that. Don't leave me here. I'm not a sinner. I didn't do anything that was this sin. So Hanuman Baba listens to it and he feels bad. So he goes quick by Sri Ram. Sri Ram, I was bringing this mountain and they say the bridge down and I was going to put him down and then he told me that I don't do this, that I'm doing him wrong. Prabhu, what to do? He says, go and tell Govardhan, wait for me while you wrestle in Vrindavan. That in this Janam I was going to walk on his head, on his back. But if he waits for me, I will come and lift him up. And he will be the Seva that I need to save the life of my family. Of all the places that Krishna could have lived, what's the big deal about Govardhan? Because he was a Seva, because he was a devotee, because he wanted to serve. That is what Seva means. When you hear Arti, Mai Seva Tuma Swami, I am the servant, you are the God. This is an example. So what happens when he lifts on the baby finger, he lifted Govardhan fast forward to Krishna Jana, Krishna Katha. He says, I will lift you up, O devotee. And between God and the soul in that mountain, they alone know the conversation that transpired. That Govardhan got uplifted. And it says that if you go to Vrindavan now and you walk around that hill, you get freedom of the sins that you commit. And when you have Yagya and you get to do Govardhan Puja, it is as if you are doing Vishnu's Puja. When people cannot get dirt, they use Shaligram. When they can't get Shaligram, maybe have Vishnu Murti for all the seeds. If tonight you would like just to come and go, because we have a very rare type from Nepal type of Shaligram on this video. Not the round, smooth one you see in the Puja store. But this one, in fact, you might say is a fossil. If you watch it, it's made different. What a river stone. Please use the opportunity to touch it. And remember the history of this Govardhan Puja. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki
माता मैया मेरी माता मैया मेरी माता मैया मेरी माता मैया लक्ष भैया महारानी शरणिया माता मैया लक्ष भैया
Thank you, Bhajiraj, and that was really, really vibrational, if you will. At this point, I would really like to thank all of you who've been coming night after night to join us, because it would mean nothing if Vyasji sits there and the chairs are empty. And we thank you for taking your time off to come and share with us this beautiful discourse and knowledgeable discourse, if you will. Among us, we have with us our Bhaiji Frank Singh and his lovely wife, Vidya. At this time, I would ask if you could kindly come up and give us words of encouragement, so to speak. Is Frank Singh there? Thank you. After that, we're going to have Raj making your contribution. Then Mohitji has been with us night after night, helping with the Hawan, helping to make sure things are okay. So we're going to have you making your contribution too.
Thank you, Angie. Sitaram on the side, welcome to the Kali temple. There's not that many, but there's quite a few of this one as well. Elena was doing a great job. And I want to say your discourse has been very expanded, that a lot of things I used to hear as a kid about the dice and so forth. They say, you shouldn't gamble on these things. And never really took it more than what you did tonight, not last night, and the few nights that came by. So I want to say that the Palaji here and the other Bhaiji here that really, I think he's a brother too, right over here, what's your name? And the DJ. What a powerful voice. I'd say the Sanatan there is not going anywhere, but it's going to be continuing to shine. So please give yourself a big round of applause and welcome Palaji and have a great night.
Thank you very much. Since it's the final night of our Yagna, please bear with us. You don't mind us taking some more. Just you being there and us being able to look at you in itself is something. So don't rush him to go nowhere. So I'm going to have Raj going to sing, and we're going to have Amit, and not too many more contributions, but Raj, go ahead and make your contribution, please.
Dairum darum darum dairum Om Kali Man Kali Om Matai Unapara Pusena Seve Amma Unapara Pusena Seve Om Kali Man Kali Om Matai Unapara Pusena Seve Amma Unapara Pusena Udari Bandari Amadari Unapara Pusena Seve Amma Unapara Pusena Seve
Thank you.
Shakti Mata ki Jai. God bless you. Welcome.
Oh, Mom, as we chant your name and echo your glory through these 40 verses, please obey me, Mom. Grant us your blessings. Grant us as your children, your children, we come to your lotus feet and beg your forgiveness and pray that you forever embrace us. Thank you, son. We're going to have a request has been, pardon me, a request has been made for Acharyaji to make another contribution through singing.
So that song, we'll do that as arti.
Okay.
Right? So we'll sing that and do arti at the same time. Before we do arti, I just want to do the Ashram part. So if I could ask for some assistance, Baba, Acharya, we just go through and sprinkle once we're saying the prayer. Everybody, please.
We have to make contributions. If that's okay.
Oh, okay. So we'll do it, but let me do the Ashram.
Okay, very good.
Okay, if you have a child and you love, remain seated. Everybody, you just sit down and you just go to the water.
Sure.
So we will listen now.
How fortunate we are. Thank you very much. Yes.
Please touch your hands. This is important. This prayer, you know it. You know it. This prayer, you know it. Shiva Hare, Shiva Rama, but I don't know what it means. You know what it is? Baba. Bless you. Come now.
You're privileged, come on.
What is it saying? Lord Shiva, Sri Ram, make me victorious in your life, in your home, in your finance, in your health. It's a fight. If you don't get up and fight, you will lose. If everyday parents, you don't fight the children and their friends and the influences, you lose. If you don't fight the urge to not cook the right things and cook unhealthy things, you lose. Every day is a fight. And the only thing giving you health and peace of mind is your prayers. Your employer, the traffic, the family sometimes, they always want to take them. Take your peace of mind. Leave you stressed out. Not build you up. Think about it. Right now, blessing, Ashram blessing is going to come on you, sprinkle on you via the water that was used in the puja. So you say your prayer with your hand, then your head. You know the fight you have with. Focus now on your trouble. Don't study who behind you who next day. Don't do that. Use the time you have. Close your eyes. Durga Mata, Lord Shiva, you know what's going on home. Please help me. Let me be victorious. Everybody have trouble. Shiva Hare Shiva Rama Sakhe Prabhu Trivirata Panivaran He Vibhu Ajajanishwar Yadav Pahima. Everybody. Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Varam Kamalalochane Ramadayani Hara Guru Gajarakshaka Govate Shivatano Bhava Shankara Pahimam Shiva Hare
Vijayam Guru Me Varam
Sujana Ranjana Mangal Mandiram Bhajati Te Purusha Paramam Param Bhavati Tasya Sukham Paramam Bhutam. Everybody. Shiva Hare Vijayam Guru Me Varam Jaya Yudhishthira Vallava Bhupate Jaya Jaya Chita Punya Mayonide Jaya Kripa Maya Krishna Namostute Shiva Hare Vijayam Guru Me Varam Shiva Hare Vijayam Guru Me Varam. Oh Shiva, make me victorious. Vijayam, Vijay. Make me victorious, happy, blessed and prosperous. That is what that prayer is calling for. Now we pray in light of our Gita. Bhagavad Gita Mahatyam Mahapapadi Gita. The person who reads the Gita, keeps the Gita, bows to the Gita. Sin cannot touch that person. Just as water cannot stain the lotus flower and its leaf. That person who has made their share of mistakes, just bow, touch that Gita, and that sin is ineffective in interfering in your life. Gita Ganga, Gita Ganga Chakayatri, Sita Satya Saraswati, Brahma Vidya Brahma Vati, Trisandhya Mukti, Mata Chirananda, Bhau Agni Bhay Nashini, Vedatray Varananda, Tanvarit Jnana Manjari. That mantra is simply called 18 names of Bhagavad Gita. And this form of the Gita is the form of Krishna. And I bow to you, Krishna. I bow to you, Krishna. It says, Gita mein Param Vidya. This Gita, this little book, is my true form. Where is this coming from? Whatever it says, Krishna, you leave the earth and you're going. If you leave me now, everything will go back haywire. He says, my left this book upon the earth, and if the person give it in down, if they keep it in their car, if they keep it in their house, I live there. Wherever a Gita is, wherever it is read, wherever it is studied or contemplated, I am there. And wherever I am, all the Devis, the Nagas, the Gandharvas, the Apsaras, all of them have to be there. For this reason, when we are moving into our home or office, we put a Gita first. God, you moving, we're moving after. Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu, Mangalam Gardadvaja, Mangalam Kundali Ashram, Mangalaya While you're doing the Gita part of the bowl, Vrindavan Bihalal and he is there. From my own perspective, from me and Guru Mai, I would like to compliment the members of this temple. Going to the temple from place to place, you see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And for some people that have been in this business for so long, that you're not just doing puja. You could have done this puja by yourself. But you are in the business of saving other people. Sister, come. The devotee really becomes a servant, a slave. Please come. When they go begging by people's house, they don't have to do that. When they invite you, sister, make sure I'm coming, make sure I'm coming. Those little things help you and I when we get to come and we get to eat the prasad at a minimum. We get to listen and to see the worship. You and I benefit. And these people, apparently they have nothing else to do that time than to help other people. From my own little perspective, watching everybody since we've been here, I want to compliment you on your humility. And I pledge my support to every Kali temple. I'll be honest, when I was coming, I'm telling you, I didn't put points. I didn't put questioning. How are you going to be here? There's a Kali temple. One drummer told me, I can't play there. I can't go there. But, foolish Hindu, please remember in the same breath you love Durga and Saraswati and Lakshmi. We are the only people, the only religion criticize the own God. In every religion, people make mistakes. Don't confuse man's mistake with God. People make mistakes. I accept that there are places where mistakes are made. I'm not saying no. But that doesn't mean Kali is bad. That doesn't mean mother bad. When you go to temple, bad things is happening. That is utter stupid. That is ignorance talking. That is like back in the days, as I said before, when people thought push grass was dead people grass. Do see something. They get so confused, the Hindu get tired with the Christian story when the lady turned around and she turned the salt. Then they start to do that. The Muslims say they must not have mirrors, because if the angels come through the door and they see the reflection, they head back out. So in a Muslim or Islamic home, you would not see the picture of God, you see his name. You will not see errant mirrors and pictures. So the Hindu so stupid long ago. Somebody died, God had to come in and turn over the mirror, turn over the picture. They started to follow. There are many examples of that. There are many examples where we can past made mistakes. In the Baptist faith, they believe that if you spread flower ashes in the room of the dead man, close the door, lock the door, tomorrow you will see a footprint. You as the Hindu who know you're doing it right because the solar travel, you're like in India, the solar in India. Daddy now dead. Tonight we spread the flower, tomorrow morning Daddy soul somehow done leave Bandar, done travel whole year, reach your match, jump back in the body of a chicken, born through the mother, hatch the egg, grow in the full fowl, and come with 1 foot, not 2 foot, 1 foot, hopping in that room for you to see. Hindu people. That was Hindu people. Hindu people emulated, big confusion. This thing called wait. If you do it today and die, tomorrow you want to do the funeral. How we? The one thing Hindu and Muslim agree on, when somebody dies, get rid of that body fast. Hindu and Muslim agree on that. People is confusion. What is our way? Before I go, what is our way? The landowner, the sugarcane estate owner was Irish people that celebrated with rum and drum and drink, the dead games of card, gambling. So when the white man did, Hindu followed. So now we put it in, we practice. Drink rum, play card, make merry. And the next morning get up and start a fast. A little confusing. Because it is not ours. But our religion is corrupted by what we see other people do. People used to leave pot with meat, side the road, empty pot. Anybody know about that? When he soul leaving on the Bandara day, they said carry, like when you say wash the Bandara pot or whatever, the big pot you cook with, and put it on that tree somewhere to show the soul or the other soul, you have no food and it go. People say that, don't that. It has nothing to do with it has all kinds of corruption. In our own village, I'm not talking about different. In my own village, the wanted to come in the morning and do the best bandara in person's ability. And when it was done, in the night, because remember what we say? The dead man, you just reach the limit. Pa didn't like corita. Pa didn't like string beans, and he had to have his coffee. So took out these things. You're not feeding Lord Krishna. It's not about what Lord Krishna likes. Pa likes. So Pa coming to lift invisible vertical floating sky and wait it, right? When in those times, I'm saying before my time, story time, Buddha, in those times, when Pandit leave in the morning, mommy and the ladies go and buy pushpas in the night. Thus that hour, party like curry, crab, fish, and others. And that don't buy pushpas too. That used to happen. Those things are real. But as the Hindu learned today, we will laugh. Them people marry. How do you do that? That is craziness. One day somebody will laugh at us. For laughing at Kali Mata. For somebody that says today, Kali is only Kali to be a man, is this enough to this? For saying that now, 10 years from now, somebody will say, wait, Kali is stupid. Don't do that. Please remember what worship is. Appreciate the opportunity that God gave you to bow your heavy head. Bow your heavy head, no study. I don't like that multi and do that. You choose which breath you want to take and then tell me to control. Every one of your breath comes because of the Son. It's a blessing. Appreciate it. And when you get a chance to bend your heavy head, if it's a little child, bow. If it's an older woman, bow. If it's that multi, make sure. Don't content. Don't throw away the opportunity for you. Friends will add the Shakti Mata. Everybody, I apologize for bringing something. You say no, so I apologize for that. Everybody, let's do Arti now. Oh God, I forgot. Sorry. Come on. Really.
Reverend Biasi, Reverend Acharya Ji, Reverend Pujariji, mothers and fathers, devotees, all our friends from Guyana visiting. Let me welcome you all on behalf of this beautiful Coville on this beautiful occasion. It could not have been better. My humble Ram, Pranam, Salam, good evening to you all. Panditji has said so much. I have learned so much in these couple of days. And I have to say I'm very fortunate to be here to learn all of those things that he taught us. And I hope most of you have learned something. And I hope when you leave here, you leave with it, and not just leave with it, put it into practice. I want to emphasize one particular thing he said the other day about jaundice. You know, long ago they used to put mustard oil in the tari. There was a gentleman, a young man, 30 years old, in Suriname. I was living at that time. And he had jaundice, and he was in the hospital. And they didn't know what, the doctors didn't know what was wrong with him. All the bed sheets were yellow. And then somebody came and they told this young man had jaundice. Doctors can't cure him. You have to get somebody who knows about this thing. And before they found somebody who knows about how to cure it, the poor fellow passed away. So you see, Panditji was right. If we learn these little things and we put them into practice, it's going to be benefit for us and generations to come. Secondly, I want to congratulate Pujariji, Sheriji, Darshaniji, and all the members of the Bandir who helped in one way or the other to bring us so far. We have 3 days more to go, and we are looking forward for everybody's support, financially, physically. If you can move a chair, you're doing something for this organization. I am fortunate to be here and be part of this, and I'm very happy. It gives my heart content to be here and be part of it. Before this function, my sister-in-law, they always planned something to do, and I told her, listen, this year nothing is going to happen. I am going to Pujari's Mandir. You're going to keep your barbecue or whatever queue, you're going to have it without me. I'm not going to be there because I promised Pujari I will be in this Coville to join with him in this wonderful celebration as we pay all this obedience to this great divine mother. And I want to thank him for giving us the opportunity to join with him and his family and all those who worked so hard to make this successful. I want to thank Panditji again and again, and our Acharyaji for coming here. I was fortunate to be at your inauguration. Pujari brought me along, and I'm happy to see you here tonight. Thank you very much. As Mataji said, come again. Visit this Monday, it's open all the time. So once again, I don't want to take your time. It's getting late. Thank you all very much on behalf of Pujari and the members of this wonderful program. Thank you very much.
We're going to move straight into our team. Over to you, Gasly.
Everybody, let's all stand. Where you are, put your hands together. Let's do it right. Take a second. We're going to start the beat drum and we're going to get rough, you know. We take a second to be calm before the storm. Mother, thank you for the beat. Easy. Sajam cha vardi sahina brahmina ujitam deepam vihara devesham shreya vimirapam.
I'll stop the hierarchy and then I will go into the song that Panditji requested. Jaya 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 Ambe, Jaya 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 Ambe, Thank you.